We like to embark on a little game called For Better or Worse. Our subjects tonight are cooking shows, sex ed, and voting. So it's cooking shows, sex education, and voting. We'll start with cooking shows, guys. How do we make these things better or worse?
I thought, MasterChef, how like each contestant gets eliminated each week. I thought what you could do to make it worse is whoever is eliminated is actually eaten by the remaining contestants. So they have to cook.
Scarily enough, that's on my list as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
I had something, it's not quite the same, but I was just wondering if you could get the phrase "to the death" like in the title of the show somehow.
MasterChef to the death.
And I guess, yeah, you figured out how to do that. Another thing I thought would make it worse is CGI food. So, no, all the food is added in post. None of it.
And it's bad CGI too.
Yeah, so they don't use any ingredients. They're just moving their hands about and they just edit it in later on.
Oh dear, oh dear. We should move on to sex ed. Now, this one could be a bit salacious, a bit controversial. How do we make sex education better?
I had whoever has the most sex wins.
Oh, it's competition.
I had competent teachers.
No, hot teachers. That's what you need.
No, but I had a sex ed teacher in high school, and
Oh,
he was an idiot. We were going through looking at forms of contraception, and he said abstinence is the only 100% safe form of contraception.
Right,
I'd
yeah.
seen a sitcom last night where a guy got a vasectomy, and so innocently I asked, "What about a vasectomy?" His answer was, "What's a vasectomy?" This is the sex ed teacher asking his student what a vasectomy was.
and then I remember he handed out he gave a handout to everyone, which had something about like people going through puberty and all that sort of stuff, and he'd written adolescence 4 or 5 times throughout the paper.
Yeah.
All of them were spelt differently, and none of them were spelt correctly.
Random chance suggests that eventually.
Yeah, out of 5, surely. I mean, it was on a computer. Like spell check is there.
The red squiggly line is just rife across the paper. Just pay attention,
that red
please.
squiggly line must mean I did a good job of typing.
One of my
words.
suggestions for making it better is let's not have some baby boomer teaching it. I mean, you got to get with the times and connect with the kids somehow. And it's not going to work with some crusty old fart teaching some, frankly, very important life lessons.
That's true.
Now, how do we make sex ed worse?
I thought
This is going to be a minefield.
I thought you
can
could.
tell.
I thought what you could do is give one of the students an STD to show like the effect.
This is even worse than I imagined in my head before.
Well,
I brought this up.
like Billy could get chlamydia, and then Sally could get whatever else there is, and
Sounds like you're in need of some education there, Tom.
Yeah, well, I never had sex ed class.
I thought a way to make it worse would be if the teacher giggled more than the students whenever saying a dirty word. I'm going to point to one. I want you to tell me if I can read that out.
All right. Oh, no. Okay.
Why did you give it to him?
Oh, God.
I'll read it out. It's
No,
all right.
I will read it out. Tony's suggestion to make it worse. I can't even say it. Tom. Oh, he's lost it as well.
It says,
Publicly shame anyone with an erection.
look at Billy! Look at Billy! Wrong! That's wrong!
We have a last for better or worse here. Voting. How do we make voting better or worse?
At least one likable candidate.
For better?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a problem that's rife throughout
what you
politics.
could do, because everyone hates voting, like they hate going to onto the polls on voting day, on election day. So what you could do is just take away everyone's right to vote. That could make it a lot better.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you would have no complaining about, he's ruined the country.
Get
for us
rid of
all.
democracy. Democracy is the problem.
How about you can buy more votes?
Yeah.
This is something I suggested in my worst category, but we've got more ways to make it worse than that. I suggested, how people do a donkey vote? What if your donkey vote actually awards a real-life donkey a vote?
What does that mean? Like, so a donkey gets...
As if you just go, I don't care,
Or
and
if
you
there's
just
a-
put down anything. And then by doing that, your apathy leads to a donkey being elected.
it's-
Or if there's an actual donkey in the polling booths, and they know that you've done a donkey vote, and they kick you in the head.
So,
Yeah.
well,
When you
maybe
leave.
it's something like, so it's like, if you're not going to take this seriously, we will put a donkey up. I had another one to make it worse.
Okay.
Before you vote, you have to fight a bear.
Oh, that's...
A really angry one as well.
Yeah, so that's a good... I think in a way it's good because weak people don't get to vote and only the strong's voices are
Only
heard.
the strong survive for Tony Vesseling. Perfect time to go to a song, I think. This is Noah and the Whale with Shape of My Heart. You're listening to something completely different on SYN.